This is the Knowledge in 2012. In the know.
The things people take away from a forum like this are really the kind of new ideas, new perspectives, appreciation of a different industry, learn new things, getting to meet different people within their peer group and discuss ideas that are more specific, to their own industry and their own firm.
Give it up for your first act, Mr. Tony Tinman!
It has been good fun, it's been a really good laugh and it's set a really good tone for the evening. It's been a lot of good icebreakers going on tonight.
On your chin or your top lip. Merry Christmas, Mum! I thought you needed a shave.
Using comedians as an introduction to the event is quite good because it puts it in a very contemporary setting.
It's interesting to be at a business forum that has a bit of comedy because it really lightens the atmosphere.
I thought the comedians were great. It's a fantastic way to start the event.
I've done a lot of gigs for the technology industry. I did one just recently for an e-commerce awards ceremony. Where
It's definitely not all business. I think more and more it's very hard to get time out of the office. I think while there is a balance to be struck between getting the educational side, we want to have fun too.
You get taken to the website, you get taken to another website about an hour outside the website.
People are taking 2 nights to come, so we want to balance that out. It's quite hard out there sometimes, so why not balance it with a bit of comedy, a bit of entertainment, make people laugh.
By changing your own behavior, you can end up changing other people's behavior, but it's only by understanding and changing your own behavior that you can do this.
It's a great pleasure to come to speak at the forum because the questions that they were asked during the talk revealed a really sophisticated understanding of human nature and the psychology that's necessary in doing negotiations.
Business is always fundamentally, or at least the problems of it, are usually about people.
Negotiations are ultimately about getting people to do what you want them to do. The same skills that make a good negotiator are usually the same skills that make a good manager.
Negotiations is what we do on a daily basis, whether it's for more budget or for persuading partners to buy a new piece of software or just to change the way they're working. Anything that he's brought to the table with the key points on negotiation, I think are relevant to the business.
Last year, there was 100,000 children and young people who were homeless. I work for a charity called Action for Children. NOAS have taken Action for Children on as their charity partner. I'm really looking for people to get really involved with Action for Children.
I have sponsored a number of people to do Bike Night this year. They do need a lot of support and encouragement because sleeping outside in October is not really fun for anybody.
Thank you very much. I haven't come from the south of France, actually. I've come from Manchester.
I thought Nick Hewitt's presentation was really interesting. Good to see the whole background of what he did and some of the really interesting ideas of hubcaps making satellite dishes. Fantastic.
We want a dish, how much? About 80 quid. They settled on some people in Birmingham that made hubcaps for about 3 quid in a box landed at the Sky Distribution Centre.
His experiences coming from the Amstrad world or PR company first, etc., into what he's doing now with, Countdown and The Apprentice. Just the transition and the opportunity that he's had.
A small man with a very large head and a rather sort of dismissive look, approached me. And he says, I watched that programme you're in. You don't do a bad job.
It was interesting hearing Nick Hewitt describe Amstrad's rise from nothing to a significant company. And it's, as someone who runs a small business myself, I find that quite inspiring.
The academy movement was very much a recognition politically that schools are failing. But what it's done almost by accident has given people like us an opportunity to do something about correcting the situation in schools. In December, we're going to submit to the Ministry of Education a plan to open the first of the no-list academies. Kids at school, they're leaving with qualifications, but they can't get a job because of no skills. So what the free school that Dan wants to open is really all about is teaming up with people in the legal and technical professions and saying, okay, for kids who are 16 to 18, if you attend this school, not only will you get GCSEs and A-levels that will take you through to university, you'll get skills through working with employers which will make you employable.
The biggest performance enhancer we have in Formula One is downforce, and downforce is created by aerodynamics, designed using wind tunnel and CFD, with computer fluid dynamics.
We love talking about F1, so coming along and talking to a lot of interesting people, I think it was a good afternoon for us.
Yeah, it's been very interesting. I mean, as you know, IT is core to what we do in making racing cars, and it's always good to meet other people in the IT industry, and even though they may not appear to be necessarily in our same segment, there's lots of crossovers, so it's very interesting from us.
Getting a different perspective, whether it be from a hostage negotiator, a guy running a Formula One team, it's thoroughly refreshing.
What the airlines want is to actually track you as individuals. So if the plane is about due to go and you're in the bar, you will get an SMS to say get out of the bar and get on the plane. This is quite a prestigious conference to be asked to present at. Heathrow has had some bad press, but we think we are turning the corner and we're making the passengers' journey happy, and we just wanted to come and tell and show people the ways and hows of how we've achieved that. Now when a plane's coming into Heathrow, we know what type of aircraft it is, we know what market it's flying in, so we have a turnaround time as well.
The diversity of the speakers and being able to see out of the box, that's actually quite, that makes this event very unique and very worthwhile.
What I compiled was an ease of doing business index. Every country we set up an office in, I gave it a scoring against certain criteria. Hong Kong and Singapore, good place to do business. China, very difficult place.
It was interesting to know how the different countries work and the different cultural issues that he's encountered. On the strategic, it was really good to hear what other firms are doing. Some firms have got a 20-page document that they can show anyone. Then you've got other firms that have 5 bullet points on the back of a piece of card.
And student ambassador for School Aid.
We've raised another 2,000 for you.
It's trying to get people like my peer group in third world countries, like giving them an education and giving them safe drinking water, improving their hygiene, and just trying to give them, you know, the best life possible and to improve their future.
Marvellous.